Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of National Institution for Quality and Reliability, I extended warm welcome for this virtual convention this evening on the theme Robust Quality for Survival and Growth. I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. S. Rajashekaran, National President, NIQR, to deliver the welcome address.
Guest of honor, Dr. Shivakumar, Managing Partner, RV Industries. Distinguished speakers for the convention, Mr. Satish Borwankar, Executive Director and COO of Tata Motors, and Mr. A.K. Tomar, Executive Advisor, Corporate Planning, Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Mr. B.C. Datta, Vice President, Hyundai Motors India Limited, and Mr. Satish Kumar, MD, Salcom India. Distinguished guests and industry leaders, student members, faculty members of various institutions, and the members of NIQR and the office bearers of NIQR. Very good evening. It is my pleasure to start this first digital convention by NIQR. Many of you are aware we conduct biennial conventions in a physical manner. Last convention was held in 2018 at the Chennai Trade Center, where more than 1,000 delegates participated. It was a grand event for 2 days. This is the year for physical convention in 2020. Due to the pandemic, we have postponed the convention to 2021. But at NIQR, we never wanted to step back from our responsibility of conducting a convention, and we came out with the idea of conducting the first digital convention, the theme Robust Quality for Survival and Growth. I hope the entire evening for next 2 hours will be really a joyful experience for every participant, and there will be a lot of great takeaways from this convention, which really helps them to sustain, survive, and also succeed in the near future.
Now I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. P.T. Bharani Perumal, Convention Secretary, NIQR, Chennai branch, to deliver on about the convention.
A delightful good evening to everyone who has joined with us for this convention. National Institution for the Quality and Reliability has been conducting a 2-day grand convention once in 2 years on different themes relevant to current industrial scenario. Why NIQR is conducting this convention? You can have this question in your mind. As one of the policies of NIQR is to play the role of an enabler for MSME and industries in general by familiarizing them with the latest trends and tools from time to time as a capability build-up measure. I welcome and thank you all for being part of this evening. Wish you all a happy virtual convention. Thank you.
Mr. Satish Borwankar is a mechanical engineer, graduated in 1974 in IIT Kanpur. He joined Telco, then worked on Tata Motors. He joined as a graduate engineer and he elevated different levels. He worked on various greenfield projects, particularly in manufacturing areas of Tata Motors, Pune plant, and rose to the level of DGM before getting opportunity to become a plant in charge of Tata Motors, Jamshedpur. It is important to note here, he has transformed the Jamshedpur plant to a world-class plant, which later in 2009 started rolling out the world-class trucks named Prima. Later on, he worked as a vice president and then promoted to senior vice president of the same unit. In 2012, at age 60, he was promoted as executive director quality. He was on board of some of the subsidiaries of Tata Motors in India and overseas. At age 65, his tenure was extended for 2 more years as executive director quality and COO of Tata Motors. After retirement too, even after 45 years of tireless tenure, presently he is writing books on based on his experience in manufacturing and quality functions. Over to Mr. Satish Borwankar, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I wish to thank Dr. Swaminathan for giving me opportunity for sharing my views about how MSMEs can look for sustainable growth through quality, especially through hand-holding by the corporates. I hope I will be able to add some value for those of you who are listening to me today, particularly those MSMEs which are aspiring to really grow in automotive sector. The corporates have high dependence on MSMEs for supplies of parts and assemblies. They are willing to handhold the MSME auto component suppliers. There is huge interdependence between the corporates and MSMEs. It is not economical for corporates to produce all the auto components in-house which are required by them. Their cost base is already very high because of design and development cost, plant and equipment cost, and also manpower cost. The advantage MSMEs have against the corporates is their low cost base. The role of automotive OEMs has become more of aggregators. They need many MSMEs to supply them parts as per their design specifications. Therefore, the MSMEs from whom the OEMs source the components have to ensure the quality of parts as per the specification given by the OEMs to be successful. Quality has to become survival issue for MSMEs. One should register this in one's mind that focusing on quality does not increase the cost. In fact, over a period of time, quality improvements result in elimination of rework, rectification, rejections, and thus reducing cost of quality. So question is, what can make business of MSMEs successful and profitable? What drives OEMs to approach to any MSME for sourcing parts? My personal experience says that if the component suppliers company is known for quality, the OEMs will be willing to give more and more business to them. The credibility of supplier on quality attracts more business for him from OEMs. The trust that develops due to consistent good quality from the suppliers drives repeat orders. The manufacturing processes of most of the small suppliers were very weak, and these reflected in unacceptable quality of parts sourced by us from them. OEMs would like to source components from MSME suppliers if the quality of parts supplied by them is of the top order consistently. OEMs will be enthused to provide you all kind of technical support for laying out your process, training your employees, and logistics support for the deliveries, provided of course the MSMEs are committed to quality on sustained basis. When I was heading quality in Tata Motors, I had started an initiative called Project Sankalp. The purpose was to train all our low performing supplier employees to deliver right quality parts. There was commitment from our side that we shall help improve the quality of parts sourced from those suppliers through process improvements. About 90 engineers from quality assurance function of Tata Motors were selected and trained to provide support to the suppliers for ensuring suppliers' manufacturing processes are set right. The suppliers adopt the right kind of inputs, such that the end product comes out with right quality. The trained engineers, in terms of 3 or 4, were deputed at MSME suppliers and at the cost of Tata Motors to provide support for improving process capability and educating them about the right processes to be followed at their end. They were also provided guidance for logistics of the parts supplied to Tata Motors. Tata Motors helped them make returnable containers for optimizing cost and ensuring quality. All the OEMs, in my view, should be doing these kind of things to promote MSMEs in our country. Quality has to be owned by the owner of MSME or a very senior person in the company. The owner has to accept that getting quality right is not a matter of choice, but imperative for success. You have to have a person who is passionate about ensuring quality of production in your organization. As per me, there are 6 attributes that a quality assurance professional has to have. In this context, I would first like to read out a famous quote from Socrates, a Greek philosopher. He had said, "A burning desire is the starting point of all accomplishments. Just as a small fire cannot create much heat, a weak desire cannot produce great results." First and foremost, attribute for becoming a good quality supplier is the passion for quality. You have to make sure that your employees are really passionate about quality. If they are not, your business cannot be sustainable. What does being passionate mean? One has to be passionate about quality. It is do or die situation. Either to be successful or close down your business. I am sure none of you are here to close down your business. Therefore, gentlemen, you have to be passionate about delivering in time the parts with quality expected by your customers. Once you have decided on this, as per me, there are 6 prerequisites of becoming a good quality assurance person. The first one you have just learned, passion for quality. The second important prerequisite for the quality transformation is that the quality head in your organization has to be fairly senior person, reporting directly to the owner or the owner himself. Why did I say owner or senior person? Why did I say that they should head the quality? Simply because nobody can bulldoze them. If he is a junior level fellow, nobody will take him seriously in your organization. This is my personal experience. Junior person will be worried about his own survivals. Third important aspect is that the quality head should have thorough knowledge of all the processes. In the manufacturing domain, whether it is machining, fabrication, surface treatment, surface plating or painting processes, metallurgy or metrology, he should be a qualified person. This helps him in understanding the deviations from specifications. Fourth prerequisite and very important one is that he has to be ruthless. When it comes to someone pushing a compromised quality, one has to be able to say no to the deviations from required specifications. He should not allow any compromise with quality. Being ruthless has a lot of negative connotations like being cruel or unforgiving. Sounds bad, but that's how he needs to be if you want to get the right quality. Many a times when I was quality director in Tata Motors and my quality team wanted to stop bad quality, I heard phrases from manufacturing guys like, "Itna to chalta hai, sir." This is challable. In English they would say, this is challable. Some senior manufacturing guy said, "We have been selling this quality for last 20 years now. No complaints, sir." So if our quality is better than the competitors, we never had any customer complaints, sir. Customer complaints? I told them nothing doing. Customer does not complain nowadays. He just walks away to the competition. We need to exceed the customer's expectations. Otherwise, he has choices to make. Conformance to the specification is the only way. This is applicable to MSMEs as well. Fifth prerequisite is top-class housekeeping. I am of strong view that a dirty kitchen cannot produce hygienic food. Moreover, there are high chances of accidents to the employees working on the shop floor, or at worst, contamination or damages to the products, depending on the nature of product, especially in the processes like plating, painting, surface treatment, etc., have to be done in the dust and dirt-free environment. Those who are in surface treatment business may know well that a contaminated surface may result in paint peel-off, the coating peel-off or plating peel-off later on. Lastly, the sixth prerequisite is the quality head should be a good trainer for the employees working on the shop floor. The young blue-collar workmen supplied by agencies like Dean, Yashasvi could be good resource for manpower at affordable cost for MSMEs. These young boys, after having acquired training in companies like Tata Motors, Bajaj Auto, and several others, they have become experts. Quality heads should go out of the way to guide, coach, and train the workmen in Indian culture. In Indian culture, Guru is most respected. People blindly follow Gurus, and that's what is required on the factory floor. The employees, both blue collar and white collar, will blindly follow what is taught by their quality head as Guru. So a quality head has to be passionate, technically strong, ruthless for deviations, knowledgeable, and a good coach. Where to find such a human being at affordable salary? You all may be wondering. MSMEs, in my view, should look for retired quality professionals. With all these attributes, over 60 years of age, they are available at affordable compensation. You have to take aggressive goals for cost reduction, reduction in rejections, reduction in consumption of materials, and improving productivity, etc. One should always aim for such audacious goals, not the ones that can be easily achieved. One has to set goals which are almost out of reach. One sets goals which are easily attainable without much efforts. One will get stuck up with something below his true potential. Hotline to quality is another thing I would like to talk about. Blue collar employees generally do not want to produce bad quality. They would not like to use defective parts or sub-assemblies they produce. They would go as per the work instructions. The shortcuts in the manufacturing processes are done often on the instruction of supervisors or engineers on the shop floor. One of the most effective way to tackle this could be hotline to quality. The head of quality should display hotline numbers on the shop floor directly connected to his office. Believe me, supervisors and engineers will stop taking shortcuts. I am sure that no blue collar employee comes to the work with intention of producing bad quality. Bad quality happens because his superiors have not created a situation where mistakes cannot happen. The best way to ensure quality of parts during storage and logistics is to follow concept of egg pallets. You must have seen egg pallets stacked in grocery shop. No eggs touch each other. The egg pallets can be stacked on one over the other without damaging the eggs. Hats off to whosoever designed those egg pallets. In the same way, auto components should be supplied with suitable returnable pallets or containers to avoid parts touching each other or hurting each other. Of course, you will seek OEM support for this initiative. It's a win-win initiative. Thanks to all of you for patient listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was a very inspiring speech. And your project Sankalp is very inspiring and comforting to MSMEs. Hope this continues to all the MSMEs because they learn from them. And sir, there are some questions that we have posted. One is on pricing. If the quality is really good of a particular MSME, small company, but their pricing is slightly higher than the L1 pricing. But OEM generally go for L1 or a cost cutting measure. So the MSME, there are some MSMEs who will actually try to bring down the quality to match the competitive pricing. What do you say for that, sir?
Umaji, that's really very unfortunate. When I was director quality, I made deviations to what you said just now. There were suppliers who were supplying very cheap, but their quality was bad. We prefer to go to switch to the suppliers who delivered better quality. But at the same time, when one is in competitive environment, one would expect that even though those suppliers who are good quality, high price, they should find ways and means, they should innovate how to bring down the prices further. Just now, during my talk, I said 30%, 5%, 10% are mathematical errors. One has to take very stretch goals like 30%, 25%, 30%, 40%. The MSMEs also should be challenged to bring down their prices and improve the quality. That's the only surest way of winning. There's no other way.
Sir, there is one more thing that you talked about, the egg pallets, which is actually very, very interesting. That quality we always see as an MSME in production process or in the product quality itself. And we don't give so much of importance on a general level. We don't give so much of importance to packaging or the logistics, how it is boarded onto a truck or a lorry or something and then sent, right? That is why you have these peeling and damage, that kind of damage when it reaches the OEM. So as an OEM, what are the quality process that can be given to an MSME for packaging? Because generally they don't do that.
You know, Amaji, in this respect, I would like to say that when I was director quality, I wanted to eliminate packaging cost as much as possible. The huge amount of polythenes, the thermocoals, and all kind of things which are damaging to the environment, hazardous waste, what we call it. So we created very innovative containers like egg pallets. I gave example like that. We made lot of returnable packagings. You know, the supplier has to just insert his components into those boxes which are having segregate compartments. That box comes to Tata Motors and goes back to the suppliers. This is the only way you can cut down the prices of what you spend on logistics and other things. Otherwise, there are other extremes also where suppliers have not done proper packaging and components have got rejected at our end because of dent damages, scratches, and then they had to pay very heavy price. So doing it right first is the right way.
Is the right way. Chalta hai attitude in packaging is not good.
Not good. Chalta hai attitude for quality anywhere is not good.
Sir, एक और question है. This is on somebody is asking us, Mr. Gauri Shankar, is like supporting in quality field, like how OEMs are ready to support in quality. Will they be willing to help financially also, maybe by taking some equity in MSME, mainly in this dire situation?
I won't be able to comment on that as a retired executive from Tata Motors, but let me tell you, in the beginning when we developed the suppliers, there were when we started manufacturing commercial vehicles in Pune plant, long time back, I was part of it. I remember there were no suppliers available in the vicinity. We had to purchase everything from outside at very high cost. We developed the suppliers. We gave them all kind of support in terms of money, in terms of manpower, in terms of advice, technical know-how, etc. And we developed the suppliers. But that was long time back. Today, there are plenty of suppliers available. Small suppliers are available. And OEMs will go to that supplier where they don't have to spend much. They spend only for the components, the price of the component, and that too having right quality. So it is I'm not able to answer you this question at the moment as a retired person, whether OEMs will like to do it. In my view, they should.
They should. This will at least help them during this time. So inspector to inspector of an OEM, the parameter varies the way they check. So it is getting cleared. The next day some other inspector is coming, it's not getting cleared. It could be the same batch of production. So how does OEM to take care of this, or how does the MSME take care of this?
Inspectors, quality inspectors.
Yes, quality inspectors.
Yeah. So as I said, that you have to have, I said in my talk that the quality in charge has to be technically very sound. Whether he has to be technically sound on all the process parameters. He has to be sound on whether it is surface treatment or it is machining or it is all kind of processes which go into producing a component. The person knowing all these kind of things, having a lot of knowledge and capable of turning around the business, will come at certain cost. But that cost will be much lower, in my view, than the cost we incur otherwise. MSMEs, need not bank on one quality person. I mean, need not have quality person individually in their small plants. They can have a group of 4 or 5 and hire one very competent person who can handle all their business. Ultimately, in corporates, the quality heads have to handle thousands of things, thousands of components. So if a retired quality person is available from, say, Tata Motors or Bajaj Auto, or for that matter from Ashok Leyland, why not hire him and give him accountability, responsibility for handling those 4 or 5 MSMEs, which really find difficult to pay for the high cost of quality. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suma Mayappan and Satish Borwankar, sir. We really taken note of your points, sir, like 6 prerequisites for a head of quality, utilizing workmen supplied by agencies like NEEM and SSV. Guru is most respected. Shishyas are supposed to blindly follow gurus, which goes well with today, the Teacher's Day. Utilizing the services of experienced, retired, quality professional of OEMs. Last but not least, QA is a proactive activity. Thanks a lot, sir.
We at NIQR are planning to conduct our next convention, hopefully a physical convention, in August 6th and 7th, 2021 in Grand Chola Hotel, and for which we request you all to participate so that all of us contribute to the quality movement in India and worldwide. Thank you, one and all. Now the convention is come to an end. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.